morning. Right?
Good
Yeah.
morning.
For some
Yeah, it's
reason,
still morning.
I
I
don't know
know.
why I confused myself there.
Because it's been that long, it could be noon.
Ain't that the truth? That's how I felt like yesterday went by. Like, we left the house to go to his mom's probably around 11 or noon, and we didn't get back until like 6 o'clock.
Oh
Like,
my
I felt,
God.
yeah. Like, I felt like yesterday just.
Yesterday flew, though. I mean, I was so
Mhm.
busy all day. And then by the time I sat down, it was like 5 p.m. And I was like, oh my God, where
I
has today
know, and
gone?
I think Pharaoh could tell that I was like getting car sick and not really feeling it because like when we came home or when we were almost home, he's like, do you want to go to the store and make dinner? Or because I had like every plans on
Yeah.
making dinner yesterday, and he's like, or do you want to just get takeout? And I was like, you know what, honestly, I'd rather just cook.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
Wait,
I'd rather
cook?
cook. Right, I'd rather cook than get takeout because then I don't know. So
That's insane.
I made a meatloaf. I
Oh, okay. A
made,
normal one with beef?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you gotta try
Yeah.
that pork one, though. I'm telling you.
Well, so I was going to get one where we did like 50-50.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the meatballs are half beef, half pork, and those are
Right.
nice.
But I really didn't want to fuck with it. So
No,
I
not
was
after
just
that.
like,
I'm
I
surprised. I can't
was,
believe you even made a meatloaf.
so we made a meatloaf, we made mac and cheese, we made
Ooh.
roasted broccoli.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think that's it.
Wow, though, like you actually like made a complete meal. That's I would have had like a
Right.
grilled cheese sandwich had it been me.
Right. But, I don't know. Well, I always tell you, like, cooking is kind of like
Yeah, okay. I guess if it kind of gives you zen, then it makes sense.
decompressing thing for me,
Yeah,
cooking and
it's not like
baking.
that for me at all. It is so intense.
This sounds like my mom. She's like, "Oh my god, I hate cooking. I hate cooking."
You
I'm
know what
just
I've
like,
recently found though? Like cleaning has kind of been my new zen.
really?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about being able to, I don't know. I mean, nothing's ever that dirty, but you see it, the way
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
is, and then you clean it, and it looks all fresh and nice, and it just, something about that calms me. Whereas
I mean,
before, I hated
that's
cleaning.
like me with checking off a list.
Well,
Like,
my list is it's a cleaning list, and
I as I check something off, it's like,
I just, yeah,
yes.
I am so
So
the same way.
that was, so I guess I could say cleaning with that a little bit, but
Yeah, I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but it does bring me some like comfort and zen, especially after it's done.
I feel like it keeps me in my routine though. Because like every weekend, I wash the couch blanket that we have on the couch because that's where Ace sleeps. That kind of
I do
attempts
ours on a
to collect
Saturday.
all of his hair, even
Yeah,
though
we've
it's.
got two throws and a couch cover. We do the
Hmm.
same.
So I do that on the weekends. Obviously, dishes are everyday thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like keeps me in my routine. And I'm definitely one that if I'm not in a routine, shit goes crazy.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm a bit weird in that regard because I love routines and I love schedules and I love lists and all that jazz. But I've always struggled to like keep a routine because the other side of me really likes spontaneity. I don't know if I'm
chaos
saying that
and
right. And impulse. Yeah, I just that dopamine rush of just doing something unexpected or what have you. Like I really enjoy that. So it's hard for me to keep a routine. But if I don't stick to a routine, then everything just goes into chaos. And so, yeah, I'm better with a routine, but I just need to realize that when I have my impulsivity mode in the moments, just don't do it.
and that's not like, and I attribute mine, and it's gonna be horrible that I attribute it because I'm not really a big one that's in like astrology and shit, but like routines, structure, checking off a list, things like that. That is like top tier, grade A Virgo energy, and that's obviously me.
And
So
it
it's
makes
like it
sense.
just blows my mind because I really don't believe in that shit that much. I don't
Yeah,
put
not
too
much.
much too
But
much
my
stock
dad
in
and my
it.
sister are Virgos, and they fit that 100%.
Yeah. So
So
it's just like
sometimes it makes sense.
being a perfectionist. Like it's just ooh.
Well, yeah, see, perfection, I got that as well, but that probably comes from my ADHD. But I am a Leo, so I think they're quite known for, well, being impulsive and, I
There
don't
you
know,
go.
just crazy, essentially, which does make sense for me, but it Yeah, it's like it's not all of me. I mean, I think there's more than one side to anybody, but for me, it is like there's two distinct sides, and one of them fits a Leo to a T, and the other side is just dying for routine and structure and stability. So they
I
fight
was gonna
each
say,
other
well,
on a
maybe
daily
you're on that
basis.
cusp, but I don't think you are. You're at the beginning of the month,
Yeah,
aren't you?
my dad's on the cusp though.
Whereas,
He's the 23rd.
so he's closer. Oh,
So
of
depending
August.
on who you, yeah. So depending on
Okay.
who you go by, sometimes he's a Virgo, and sometimes I think they include it in Leo. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, if you're a little bit closer to Virgo, that would make sense. If we're
Yeah.
putting stock into this.
I used to read my horoscope every day, just out of habit and for fun, I guess. But I can tell you, I mean, some of the things can relate to anybody and anything. So some of those were like, okay, but most of the time, it never related to anything that happened the rest of the
Well,
day.
I must have liked something somewhere because that's like what all my algorithms are for on like Instagram lately. Are like,
Horoscopes.
well, not necessarily horoscopes per
Oh, but
se.
astrology.
Right. That's it. That is it. And I just like read it and I'm just like, yeah, that tracks. That's crazy because
Really? Which does is it all from the same site?
not really.
Okay.
But like
'Cause I-
here, I found one that I liked and I'll read the Leo first, okay?
okay. We'll see
So
how I
it's just
feel.
like see how it's just like bullet points. So it's
Okay.
nothing serious. So you hate repeating yourself, especially when it's about your needs.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's already
Okay. All right.
100%.
Okay. You act confident, but tiny dismissals cut you the deepest.
Oh yeah, fake it till you make it. Definitely.
You love loudly, but hurt silently.
Oh my God.
Is that accurate? I would say that's accurate of
No,
you.
definitely. I'm not one to sit there and go on and on about like
Woe
my
is me.
negative feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep it to myself.
Right. Okay.
That's
You
so
don't
weird.
chase people, you chase effort.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't feel like I chase anybody or anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't agree with that one with you. Well, at least the first part I do because I don't see you chasing
Well, I
people.
guess if it means like if somebody's making an effort, I appreciate that and I'm probably bound
I
to
think that's what that
be drawn.
means.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate effort on people's. Yeah, definitely, and yeah, we won't go into that.
You read no, yeah, I did read that right. You read respect faster than you read intentions. You read respect
You read respect faster than
faster
you
than
read
you
it.
read intentions.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of accurate.
Explain
So
that because that's
separate 'em. Like if let's say I'm meeting somebody new and they immediately treat me with respect, I will recognize that and immediately, you know what I mean, respect
instead
them
of
in
saying like they
return.
have hidden intentions for being nice to me, kind of thing.
Well, see,
Is
I'm
that
kind
what
of
you're kind of going
separating
with?
them because with intentions, I just immediately think like sometimes I take things personally without immediately thinking about like their intent isn't probably to hurt you or make you feel
Okay.
bad. Do you know what I mean? Their intent is obviously something more well positive. I'd hope, but I don't immediately recognize intent. I immediately take, depending on what it is, take things personally, and then I stop, think about it, and realize you're just being
Okay.
sensitive. Get over it. It's not about you.
This next one I agree with. You can correct me, but I agree with. You detach instantly when you feel unappreciated.
Yeah, well, you know that's true because I've told you before, but that is, yeah, 100%. Well, it is, it's one of those, like, when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's just, that's why I probably have nobody in my life these days because, something small. But, well, again, going back to taking things personally, there's probably things I could have, not taken so personally and not been so dramatic and ended the relationship over. But hey, that's what happens in your young years, isn't it? And I'm not sad that anybody has been cut out of my life, so I guess I'm all right.
Right.
But yeah, if I'm done, I'm done.
You remember everything people say during conflict.
Oh my God, yeah, that is so funny. Can't remember where I put my keys or my wallet or that I still have laundry in the dryer. I just remembered. But I remember everything that's said in a conversation to a fault.
I believe it.
But really what
Take
makes me mad though is when it's been a while and it comes up and you tell them exactly what they said.
You could
And
pull
they
up those
look
receipts.
at you. Well, you can, but you can't because it's in your mind and they just
Right.
straight up say, that's not what I said. That's not what happened. I have no way to prove it, except I know it did.
But I know I'm right.
Yeah. Well, because you're telling me you don't really remember what happened, and I'm telling you I remember exactly what happened, and then you're telling me what I remember is wrong.
Yep. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
There's two more. You crave affection more than admiration.
Yeah.
I don't think you crave people to admire you.
I
mean, I could
don't.
be wrong,
Exactly.
but
I was going to
that's
say, like, I don't.
all the time I've known you. That's not been the vibe I've got.
But do I crave affection either? Maybe. Oh, well,
Depends
okay.
on what it depends on what you consider affection. I mean, affection can be a
Yeah.
couple different things.
I go.
You know
I
what I
think I
mean?
go through waves. To be honest, I think there are times when I really crave affection, and there are times when I'm just fine, just plodding along, and or it's even like I'm not interested in it right now.
And then the last one kind of
It's gonna be
goes
hard being with me, huh?
back with, oh, I don't know, we can ask your husband. I mean, clearly he's found a way to make it work.
To navigate these emotions and mood swings, I guess.
Your last one is you're loyal until someone makes you feel foolish for it.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much. I'm loyal until you give me a reason not to be. Yeah.
Right.
But see, now I relate to all those. But how many of those can anybody relate to? You know what I mean? I'm sure there's tons of people that are loyal until you give them a reason not to be.
So,
like Marjorie Taylor Great.
oh, don't even get me started.
That's a fun one, isn't it? Sorry, I just was hearing about it on the news before, so that's the first thing that came.
Oh,
to
don't
mind.
worry. I have something.
I
have something I want to talk about that's actually political and news related at some point. So
I've got some news as well.
Here is the Virgo ones.
Oh, okay, here.
You don't overthink. You pre-solve what could hurt you.
Okay, but I think that's both. You're still overthinking.
Right. That kind of.
But the purpose of it, I think, that's
contradicts itself, right?
Yeah, but I think the purpose of it is so. What was it again? To prevent what
you don't overthink. You pre-solve what could hurt you. Right.
Yeah, and that's why you're overthinking, because you're
preventative instead of reactive.
Yeah,
that's
you're
how
looking
I
at
take
all
it.
the different possibilities. Unfortunately, most of them are negative. But then you're thinking, how can I solve it when it's not even happened?
You help people because you don't know how to watch someone struggle. That is me to a T.
That is crazy. Well, because I'm thinking about my sister as well, and both of those are for her as well. And you. So it's weird how it follows the signs like that.
That is 100% me.
I hate watching people struggle.
You love through details, not declarations. Which I can take that. Because you don't need to declare your love for me. I want to see actions. I want to see the small nitty gritty kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Action over words, definitely. But I could relate to that as well. Like, don't tell me, show me.
You bottle things up until you have language for them. Which, that's kind of me. I will bottle things up until I know how to express them without coming off crazy.
Yeah.
And I still probably come off crazy, let's be real.
But that's a good thing, though. I think a lot of people should do that. They should stop and analyze what they're thinking and feeling and find a way that they can communicate that without being, I don't know, destructive or hurtful, rather than some people just say what they think right when they think it.
You apologize to keep peace, even when you're the one that's wounded.
Yes, you do that. Yes, you do.
I was going to say, you've seen the receipts.
Drives me nuts. See, that's the Leo in me. Like, no, I'm not wrong. I'm not backing down. I will wait until eternity for you to realize that you're wrong.
Virgos are peacemakers. Or they try to be, at least. You judge yourself harsher than anyone else ever could.
100%. Yep.
This last 2 weeks of waiting on this workers' compensation promotion, I was like, I didn't get it. It's been this long. It's
See, and that's
you fucked it up.
Because the whole time here, an outsider, not you, I'm thinking, we know you got it. Like, we're waiting for it to be final, but we know. There's no doubt in my mind you have it. And here you are beating yourself. But that's why I kept trying to reassure you through the week. Because I was like, I know
it's always been like that.
I know.
I mean, I remember I remember when I left, well, didn't leave Panera, when Panera left me. And I remember like breaking down and telling Farrell, like, I have nothing else. I have no skills. All
Oh
I've
my
known is
God.
Panera bread. And so that tracks. That
Do you
tracks.
remember what I
100%
told you
harsh on
though
myself.
during that time?
Probably not. You're the one that
Because I
remembers
think you
everything.
said, well, yeah, I guess we just discussed that, didn't we? Um, but no, you were pretty much saying the same thing to me, and I told you like, of course you have transferable skills. Like the things you're
Oh, yeah,
doing at
yeah, yeah.
Panera are not specific to Panera. The actual
Right.
process might be, but no, you have transferable skills. Somebody recognized that, and you're thriving today.
Okay. You remember, just take what you just said, and here's the next one. You need reassurance, but don't know how to ask without feeling needy.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just sensed that because I feel like I'm constantly reassuring.
See?
Oh, that's funny.
You analyze tone like it's evidence. That is true.
Oh
For
yeah.
a T, especially the recent drama in my personal life with, said friend, tones.
But that's why it's hard to have those conversations via text message because there isn't really a tone.
Next one. You break down privately because vulnerability feels unsafe without structure.
Okay.
And that's usually true. When I have
Yeah.
my
I mean,
breakdowns,
you don't break down publicly.
it's usually, I keep it internalized unless it's like major things. But yeah. So, but that's the Virgo. That is the Virgo ones. What's your husband?
Pisces.
I gotta find it. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
he's
All
not
right.
much into that either, so
You
but let's
ready?
see. Yeah, this will be fun.
You feel the room long before you understand why.
You feel the room?
Yeah, long before you understand why. I don't know what that would mean.
So like you enter a room, you can feel the vibe,
Like the
but you're not
presence,
sure why the
maybe?
vibe is the way
Yeah,
it
that
is?
doesn't really make sense to me.
No. And I don't really get that. I wouldn't say he perceives things like that much. Not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's focused on like what's going on out there.
You fall for kindness faster than charm.
I mean, probably. I guess I don't know. I've never tried to charm him, but I'm always trying to be kind, and here we are. So maybe.
Oh, here we go. You forgive too quickly because you see the hurt underneath behavior.
Oh, I actually disagree with that one.
I was expecting you to
He's a grudge
disagree with that
holder.
one. I was
Yeah.
expecting you to disagree with
Forgiveness
that
does
one.
not come easily for that one. And that's if at all. But I mean, I guess we kind of have that in common. Yeah, that's interesting. Not that one.
You carry emotions that were never yours.
No, I disagree with that one too. I feel like most of the emotions he's carrying are his own.
Okay. How about you disappear into imagination when reality gets too sharp?
Okay, that one fits. Yeah, he loves jumping into like video games or TV shows or movies to like, I mean, not escape reality, but I think,
Disassociate for
it
some
is.
time.
Yeah.
You sense endings way before people admit them.
Before people admit them, so like endings in life.
I would assume like he can sense like a relationship is coming to an end before the people maybe
Oh,
inside them, or the if he's in a relationship before the other person does, like,
and maybe I don't know because I mean, thank God, since we've been together, we're still together. So I couldn't say, but maybe it's possible.
Ooh, this one. You shut down when misunderstood, not angry, just unreachable.
Yep, hundred
I was
percent.
gonna say,
Yeah, I think sometimes
based
he
on
finds.
conversations, I feel like that one's
Yeah, I think he doesn't know how to like articulate or say how he's feeling in a perfect way. We'll say so. He just kind of thinks,
which makes
"I'm
sense
done. I'm
with
not
when
going to
he's
share any."
misunderstood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Last but not least, let's go to my husband, good old Aries, fucking stubborn.
Oh God, which months are Aries? I should know this.
April. Well,
April.
He's
Okay.
beginning. Yeah.
Oh, so just after Pisces is it?
Sure. I have no idea when Pisces is, to be honest. It's obviously March, if you're saying just after.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, Pisces. It's part of March. I don't know where they start or end, to be honest.
You move fast because slowing down makes you feel everything too clearly.
I
I
mean,
agree with
I
that.
think he like. I don't know him that well, but he clearly likes to go fast, or he wouldn't
He likes to
have
be
a charger.
reckless. I feel like. I think
Reckless, yeah.
in an emotional
I mean, I
standpoint.
don't like the word reckless, but I think
In the nicest way
yeah, it's more about the
possible.
thrill. I think he like well, dopamine chaser. I can relate to that.
You forgive quicker than you heal.
Wasn't
He
that the
holds
same?
grudges too.
Oh no, on the Pisces one, wasn't
It
there
was
you forgive quicker than you something?
it was you forgive too quickly because you see the hurt
Oh,
underneath.
okay, well, whatever. So apparently both of them forgive quite quickly.
Yeah, Farrell doesn't. Farrell
I
holds
don't see
grudges.
that.
Trust and
Yeah.
believe. You pretend you don't need help, but silently wish someone would show up anyway.
Oh, actually, okay, yeah, I could probably see that with Pharaoh.
This whole mom situation.
Yeah.
You act tough, but rejection bruises you deeply. Believe that too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he acts tough, but I think it's saying like you act like you're unaffected. Yeah, probably.
This one to a T. You lose interest when someone makes you feel replaceable. He
Who wouldn't?
his relationship before me, the guy was doing some stuff, and Farrell found out about it that he wasn't essentially the only one anymore, and Farrell
Oh.
just cold turkey was done.
Yeah, and see that's how Paul would be if it was ever like that. Which I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the right way to be. If somebody's showing you how they don't care about you, why would you stick around?
You apologize fast because peace matters more to you than pride.
That's similar to
That's
yours.
that's how he is too, though. Because if him and I argue, he'll always say, "I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry," because he doesn't want to argue.
Yeah, but see, at least and that's funny because I would appreciate that. I don't even care if it's a fake apology. I just want like some kind of apology. Um, so I would appreciate him resorting to that rather than just like pretending like nothing happened.
And last but not least, you're independent because depending on the wrong people taught you how to be. I believe that too with him.
Oh God, I don't know about Pharaoh, but I could definitely relate to that one anyway. But do you not see how a lot of these? I think there are a
Oh,
lot
we're
of people that can relate
interchangeable.
to them outside of
Right.
this what are they called signs?
You're
Yeah.
designated. Right. Right. And I
But what I
agree with
do
that.
like about it is it gets you thinking. It's like in everyday conversation, there's all this small talk and like surface level communications, and I get bored with that quickly. But I like that this is kind of prompting a bit of a deeper conversation about these things.
Well,
So
yeah,
it has
because
a
it
use.
makes you wonder like, okay, so if I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense why he is the way he is, maybe, and why I'm the way I am. Maybe that will help us, fix miscommunication, fix whatever the case might possibly be. So I kind of look at it like that, but I don't live and die by
Yeah, I
horoscopes or
wouldn't either. I
astrology
think,
like some of these people out here. It
yeah,
blows my mind.
I think, I think there's probably a pattern in the universe or a few. So like that part doesn't surprise me, but I don't think we as humans are intelligent enough to figure any of that out. So for us to pretend like we know what the stars are saying because of this, that, and the other, I don't think so. I think there probably is something bigger going on, but we don't have any clue.
Well, I don't know, and that's where it kind of when you're saying like the stars and whatnot, kind of well, when you look at it as whole things with astrology is right is that the stars do dictate your personality, your this, that, and the other, right? And I'm just like that. What as horrible as sounds, and I'm sure the Southern Christians that are around me are probably going to come for me, but I would lean more towards believing that being plausible than there being a God. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Believe in
because
God as a single entity.
I would assume I am more in the thought belief or the belief of, excuse me, we're all connected through the universe,
That's where I am.
but not one singular being that is intelligent that's in charge, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly. I think
situation.
I would call it probably, I mean, I'm sure that's been used in movies or TV before, but I'd call it almost like the collective. Like we all start, you know, the Big Bang, we all start as one. We're all the same shit. And then it just separated and went on its own way, but we're
And
still all
evolved.
the same shit. Yeah, we may be separated by space and time, and but what makes the earth is what makes us, is what makes the trees, is what makes, you know what I mean? You get my gist. I think we're all connected. I don't know what that was.
Like the other day, I was having a high thought.
Some of those are the best.
Was like, what if things that we perceive that are like inanimate, like a tree or a mountain or this, that, the other, has a soul, and we just don't realize, like, because there's no way of
Because it can't
communicating
speak.
with them. Right.
Oh, I believe that. I mean, there's that whole discussion about what is a soul, but no, I believe there's some. Yeah, no, I'm with you there.
Right. Because, like, I think the dogs do. They can't
dogs,
speak to me
animals
by
definitely
any means, right?
Yeah.
But and is then you're just like, well, do you only have a soul because you are able to think? You know, I have a mind, I have this, that, and the other. It's just that's what I don't know. This is going whole down the
Yeah.
philosophy rabbit hole. But
Yeah, because I
that
think
shit
there
in
is like
college.
an understanding, isn't there, that consciousness is in the mind, which, I mean, for us it is. But then I guess that would lead to the assumption that you could only have consciousness if you have a mind or a brain. But we don't actually know that, do we? So inanimate objects, they may not have organs or a brain, but we don't know that consciousness can't live on in something else.
Right.
We don't know that. So just because ours is up here doesn't mean the consciousness lives in the same place everywhere.
Right.
That's what I think.
Like
But yeah,
this is gonna sound so fucked up. It really is. But when I was younger, it was probably because I was an only child for most of my formative younger years, right? I remember I would like come home from school in elementary, and this is, oh my god, I can't even believe, I don't think I've ever said this to anybody because I'm gonna sound crazy. I would come home from school in like elementary and like talk to the four walls of my house and like tell it about my day, and like thinking that my house has its own like soul that, you know, I was
yeah.
connected to. It was really, I don't know, really.
I mean, I
fucked up.
don't think it sounds crazy. I think it's kind of cute. But then, like, the other side of me is like, oh my God, what if you were like talking to a spirit or something and you just now
Oh my
don't
god,
realize
I didn't even
that?
think about that.
But I feel like kids can see things that we can't sometimes. So what if you weren't like, you were talking to somebody and not the walls?
Or maybe it's just my subconscious trying to soothe a lonely, a lonely
Yeah, and
period
it
of
could.
my.
It could be that as well because you didn't have anybody else to talk to, so you just thought I'll talk to the house. But I mean, I at the same time, I actually do feel like different houses have different personalities. It's so weird, but I do.
Like, but I'll also be the person as an adult now, as I'm like driving, and this isn't thinking that this applies, but like I'll also be the person that'll make a joke, be like, if my gas light comes on, I'll like rub the dashboard, be like, hey, I'm gonna feed you soon, sweetie.
Oh, I talk to the car all the time. We've named them. Oh, that's not weird.
Car. I haven't named my car,
No.
but
Oh my God, mine's Rita and Paul's is Zilpha. And I talk to them all the time. Like when it's cold and I can tell she really doesn't want to be running. I'm like, it's all right, Rita. Like you'll warm up. Come on, let's go. Oh, you have to. I have been nice to every one of my cars, and knock on wood, they've never let me down. There's that respect. I respect the car respects me.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, that's how that works. They should put that in the fine print when you buy one.
That should be a fine print. That should be on the cover.
To avoid serious breakdowns, be nice to your car.
Respect your car.
Ask it how its day went.
Yeah. Oh, you know what though? Now that you've said that, I've never asked Rita how she is. I tell her how she is. Ooh.
Yeah, see? It's very misogynistic of you.
I guess, yeah, I need to show her a little bit more respect.
Oh my god. I can't. I can't. But yeah, that's what were you saying about Marjorie Taylor though? You talking about how she is now
Well,
anti
I like
well,
I mean, I wouldn't say
anti
anti.
Trump.
Yeah, I would just I only heard bits and pieces. I don't follow the news, you know that. But it just sounds like she obviously before she was all gung ho supporting him, and then it sounds like I don't know. Did he not support her for a certain position, and then she just immediately turned on him?
So what kind of happened? Because I'm go down those
Yeah.
rabbit holes daily. Um, so what happened is they never fully released the Epstein files, right? All
Oh God,
these,
yeah,
right,
okay.
right, right, right. And she was one of the Republican women in the House of Representatives that were like, we need full transparency. I don't care whose name's in them, blah, blah,
And
blah,
she's
blah, blah.
right.
We need to have these come out, right? And so there was delay, 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 and they finally did what's called a discharge petition. Okay, and what that means is you get a majority of the members of the House of Representatives to sign off on this petition saying we need to bring this certain topic to a vote, right? Because other than that, the Speaker of the House gets to choose what comes to the floor, right? So they got her and I think Lauren Boebert and like two other Republicans sided with all the Democrats to get this discharge petition to bring to the floor a vote on releasing the
Oh.
Epstein files.
Oh, okay.
So
So essentially saying we need an answer now.
basically, and it passed, obviously,
Oh, good.
and Trump didn't want her to do that, big
Oh,
time.
okay.
He was pushing her
Shut
and
up, essentially.
Lauren Boebert, basically saying, "Hey, don't sign this. There's no reason to. Why? What are you doing? You know?" And when he found out that she was
Doing it
continuing to move
anyway.
forward with it, yeah, he kind of called her out on social media, and apparently she was getting like death threats now from his supporters or whatever, and so yeah, she's
Can I
making
just
her
make a point
rounds.
real quick right there?
Karma.
Okay. No, not karma.
Oh,
But you're saying now she's against Trump and now she's getting death threats. But when she was for Trump, as upset with her as we were on this side of things, like, how could you? Never heard a thing about a death threat. Do you know what I mean? So that, I
oh,
feel
I'm
like there's
sure
a,
she got him, but I don't think it was as.
maybe, but well, there's crazies everywhere on every
That's what I'm
side of
saying.
the
I'm
aisle.
convinced
Like, let's
every
be real.
politician gets them.
But I'm just
Everyone.
saying, as a majority, it seemed like when she was with him, we didn't like it, but we also aren't
But
mostly crazy.
she also, and that's why I said karma. She also didn't try to tone it down when it was happening to others. Now that it's
Yeah.
happening to her, a whole
Oh,
nother
yeah.
story. And she's
Oh, yeah.
actually
It's always different
resigning.
when
Did
it's
you hear
you.
that?
Oh, is she really?
Yeah, next month she is
So
resigning from
essentially,
Congress.
she's accepting
She's done.
defeat.
She said she doesn't want to deal with the threats and the security to her family anymore. This, that, and the
I
other.
mean, fair enough. Family comes first. And also, I ain't sad to see her go. I don't care that you switch sides. Like, if you could even think the way you did at the beginning of all this, we have nothing in common.
Well,
Just because you've seen the light now doesn't change
she's
anything.
well, she's been posting a lot recently too about how the big talking points in Washington right now are just affordability, and being able to afford groceries and yada 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 yada, and healthcare and all that stuff. Like we had that government shutdown that was all over the
Oh,
Democrats
yeah.
trying to get healthcare stuff back in the budget, and the Obamacare subsidies to be extended, right? And she was one of the Republicans that like went on there and said, like, yeah, my kids, their shit's about to go up if we don't do something. So she kind of broke ranks with the White House on that messaging too. So I think that was
Right.
another reason why
Yeah.
she got in Daddy Trump's bad side.
Well, interestingly, and I think more people should sit down and think about it. But if you were to just take each side, let's just say Republicans to begin with, and just sit down and write a list of or what they think is important as far as what needs changing in the world or in our world,
Mm-hmm.
and what matters to them. And then you sit down and do the same with Democrats, but you don't label them. And you look at them, I think
It's
you
the same,
find
same.
we care about the same things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the execution of those
It's
things
it,
they disagree on.
right.
I
It's
would like to
right.
think that everybody wants no American to go hungry or to be homeless or, not cared for. I would like to think those are important things to everybody, whether you are
Mm-hmm.
blessed, beyond your means or not. We should all care about our neighbors and our community and how everybody's doing as a whole. And I do think we do. I just think, yeah, sometimes, and they do it to each other, don't they? They just start these like hate campaigns and false narratives on both sides, and it just really creates this divide that isn't helping anybody. I mean, it's 2025. How long have we had a government, and we're still sat here talking about basic health care for everybody and nobody going hungry? And, I mean, how have we not resolved these things? Uh, what are we doing?
I get that.
It's the
I get
divide.
that.
It's pitting people against each other. We never get anywhere.
Which is interesting because I remember I just saw something earlier today I was reading, and they said that this divide didn't really, I mean, we've always had a division, right? Because we've always had two parties for the
Yeah.
most of this nation, I should say. But most I was reading something where they're like this division and the stoking of the division didn't really come until 2016.
Oh, I believe it. It was not like this growing up. There was, Democrats and Republicans, but they
Right.
wouldn't like shoot the other one in cold blood
Right. Well,
just because they were,
we've
of
had
the other side.
assassinations.
Oh, I mean that's different though, but
But
I don't
yeah,
think that was about their party. That was just about some crazy wanting to make a difference.
it just blows my mind. And then that like the whole thing with affordability, and I'm just like, I watch these things where, they're saying, oh well, Biden left us such a horrible economy, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, Biden's been out of office for almost a year. Almost a year. At what point are you going to take responsibility that this economy is yours now, my friend? Like,
Exactly.
it just, and that goes both ways, right? If it was Biden, when he took over in what, 2020, and I get
Yeah.
that it was COVID, so you shouldn't
What
really.
horrible
Well,
fucking
let's go
timing.
back. Let's go back. So when Obama took over in '08, right?
I miss
We
him.
had the recession, like right around there, and again, I shouldn't really say that he didn't blame the Bush era because I don't
I
really
don't
remember
know.
too
I don't
much.
remember. Yeah.
But I don't remember it being this bad. Where it's, and again, if it was, shame on him. Because again, if you've been in power or, have some, you're more in, able to influence things like the Republicans are now, fucking own up to it. This is your shit.
Yeah.
And do what you gotta do to make it better. And I think that things need to be more bipartisan. That's the problem. You know what I
That's a
mean?
big thing
Is
right there as well. Sorry, just to kind of
go ahead.
expand on what you just said. I do think we need to focus, and this is everybody, not even just politics, less on the blame game, less pointing fingers. It's your fault. It's your fault. And more, like you said, just step up, look at what the problem is, and figure out how to fix it. I don't care whose
Right.
fault it is. Fault
Right.
doesn't matter. Fault. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if
And
it was, let's say, Biden's fault, he's not in a position of power right now to do anything. So who cares?
right. And my thing is it's just like, and to your point from earlier, it's really not necessarily that we all agree there's a problem. We agree that the problem is there. It's how we solve it that it tends to be different, right?
Yeah.
And I just think that's where they need to be like, hey, listen, Democrats aren't going to get everything they want. Republicans aren't going to get everything they want. But we need to get a little bit from each side to keep the train, moving forward in a positive direction for the country, regardless of who's in power. right? Do I naturally lean towards Democrat philosophies? Absolutely. But there's some Republican things that I do agree with. So
Yeah.
it's all about having conversations, and that's one thing that really pissed me off about the whole shutdown when we were shut down for however
Mm.
long we were, was that no one was even talking. No
No.
one was having negotiations. Like, what is the purpose of it? We're all going to have a, put on a little uh party complaining about, you know, we're shut down. We can't get anything done. This side shut us down. This side won't reopen us. Yada yada yada. Well, fucking talk to each other to figure out how you can
Yeah.
reopen. You
Not
know,
just go on about your lives and hope that somebody else will solve it.
right? It
It's
just
crazy.
blows my mind, and and then the Democrats go out there saying, "Oh, well, we're trying to come to the table and negotiate, but the White House won't let us, and they won't meet with us." And that might be true to an extent, but like, still, just tell us what your plans are and what your ideas are, because just saying that they're not meeting with you, that's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
If you want to sway the American people, you got to give us fucking substance.
And when
You
did they
know,
stop doing that? Like talking about the issues or, the things they wanted to do rather than talking about the other side.
right?
You know what I
Like, it
mean?
just, I know that like it would be horrible, and I can't imagine how feasible it would be, but like, and that's the whole reason why we have a Congress, is to make these laws and make these policies on our behalf, and that's why we elect them, and I get that. But like, maybe some of these major things, healthcare and this, that, and like going to war and all that, should be more influenced by the people than necessarily our elective representatives.
Amen. Why? I
But
always thought that
again,
was weird,
what does the
even as a
logistics
kid.
of that look like? You know what I mean? All
Yeah, but
right,
why
so
don't
we're
they
gonna
ask
have
the
a vote
people?
next Tuesday on if we're gonna go bomb Venezuela. Like,
Oh, well,
everyone show up.
I don't think we can really make decisions like that or be
That's what I'm
involved in them
saying.
because they have to be quite quick. That's why we elect somebody to do that for us because we can't make all the decisions.
But
But
also at
for
the
the
same
ones that
time,
are
I feel like they're
less,
not that transparent with us either.
oh no, oh God, no, definitely not transparent. And that's coming from all sides. Like, oh God, nobody's transparent about anything anymore. It's all hidden in cloaks and daggers or whatever.
Well,
But
that was the whole thing with the whole. Have you heard about the Venezuela boat strikes and all that shit?
bits and pieces. What Paul explained to me was that they bombed one, and then they saw that there was two survivors trying to like flee, and then they bombed it again to make sure they died.
So, Reader's Digest version.
Yeah.
They've been targeting these. They look like little just speeder boats, to be honest with you. Coming from Venezuela, they're not even, they're in international waters. They're not even towards at the United States. And they don't even have proof that they're coming to the United States. In the guise that these ships, or boats, I should say, I wouldn't even call them ships, boats, have drugs on them, fentanyl and all that shit, right? And that they're preemptively striking them to avoid it coming to the United States and killing all the Americans who, do drugs and might get some drugs laced with fentanyl. That's a whole nother thing,
I've
right?
got thoughts on that.
Same.
Yeah.
And they're now questioning the legality of this, because what you're blowing up survivors.
And it's
Last
nowhere
time we
near America.
last time
Remember,
we
you were going to
checked,
focus at home, and now you're
right?
focusing on everything but, which is the
And
exact
last time we
opposite of what you said.
checked, everyone's in this country is afforded due process. Therefore, you should not be going out there willy nilly killing people
No.
without evidence. Like, where are the drugs? At the bottom of the ocean? I get that. But, like, how do we know they were even there to be? Well, how do you know it wasn't a fucking crate full of goddamn coffee beans?
Well, I mean, okay, come on. They probably just wanted to do it anyway, and then was like, what's the best excuse to do this without repercussion? Oh, let's just say they're carrying drugs. There's probably no evidence of that anyway. And even if they are, they're clearly not coming up here with them, so who cares?
Right. That's the thing that they had with this last one, is that they had proof that it was going to meet another ship somewhere. It wasn't even coming towards the United States.
It's
And
just
yet,
ridiculous.
and then also you have, like Paul said, you have the two survivors are clinging to the wreckage of the first strike, and they're supposedly out in the Caribbean Sea, and they're gonna call for backup to come save them. So we got to kill them. What?
Right. And I thought the point of this was just to stop the drugs from entering the
Right.
US,
The
which is still
drugs are
good.
at the bottom of the floor. So
Yeah. So
what do
what's the
we
point?
need to kill them for? Right. And that's where like
Mm,
some of other like-minded people are saying, well, okay, so if this is the precedent that we're setting, who's to stop Russia or China or whoever from doing that
doing
to
the
our
same.
people under the guise that, oh, Americans are bringing weapons
Mm.
to what's the one that not Thailand, Taiwan, China. Americans are bringing weapons to Taiwan, who wants to be, free from China's control. Oh, we're gonna bomb them because that's what we think. What's to
Yeah.
stop them now? We
Exactly. You're
set the
setting the
we set the
standard.
standard low.
You've just told them that it's okay to police other people's, or not even other
Right.
people's, international waters
Right.
to your liking.
And I'm sorry, here's my unpopular opinion. I don't know this if you're going to agree with me on this or not, but going back to the whole we're doing it because they're bringing drugs
Oh,
over and
yeah.
Americans are this, that, and the other. That's that person's choice if they're going to do the cocaine.
Yes.
If they want to do cocaine, if they want to smoke weed, if they want to shoot up heroin, if they want to do this, and that means they are signing on the dotted line that they know they're taking the risk because it's been in the news for God knows how many years now that all this
Yeah.
shit could be potentially laced with fentanyl, right?
Do you not remember
You,
when there was Tylenol being laced in stores?
I mean, that was in the 80s, so not really.
Yeah, but my point is Tylenol is an over-the-counter
Right.
pain relief medication,
You
and it was
sign on the
still a
dotted
target.
line. It is assumed risk,
So,
right?
I mean, illegal drugs, legal drugs, anything can be laced.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, yes, let's get drugs down. I agree with that. Like the hardcore ones, right?
I
I
don't
agree
even,
with
I
that.
mean, I have,
But
yeah.
but let's not go over here and commit murder essentially
Mass murder.
under the guise that we're protecting Americans from getting fentanyl. Well, I'm sorry.
Mm,
It's going to happen either way. That
yeah.
person again is choosing to ingest the drug, knowing
Uh,
very well that it might be laced with something.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
your choice. That is your decision. You are shaking them dice and rolling them, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't agree with that. I don't
No,
agree
I don't
with.
agree with it. I mean, I don't agree on the whole war on drugs thing as a whole anyway. I think it is just a distraction. I think, like you said, anybody can choose what to do with their bodies, whether they take something or they don't, regardless of how it gets here. But then I think even further, part of the reason people choose to do these things is, I mean, one, probably they think it's fun. But like we were talking about earlier, is sometimes I think it's more about escaping reality. Like your reality is that bad
Mm-hmm,
that you'll do anything to not have to face
mm-hmm.
it. So that relates even further back to why can we not ensure basic rights for American citizens? We're supposed to be, this well-developed, thriving country, yet no basic rights. And if people had those things, they didn't have to worry about medical bills because they got sick or, food on the table or any of that because they were getting paid a livable wage. Maybe less people would then choose to escape with drugs. Maybe it would help that problem, by going to the source.
Indirectly.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's all, like everybody does drugs to escape reality. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. But there's probably a huge portion of them that's what they're doing. They're
I
like,
mean,
life isn't worth living. Let me just enjoy what I have left.
the only qualm I have with that is when it gets to the point where your drug use impacts those around you in a negative way. Meaning,
Yeah.
same thing with why do we police drinking and driving, right? Because there's that you assume the risk by drinking for yourself, but now you're assuming a greater risk putting other people at harm. That's where, like, have you ever heard of a lot of these democratic cities are like making little like heroin shoot up centers where you can come legally, well, not legally, you can come do your drugs in a supervised location so that they can essentially make sure you're not out there doing fucking crazy shit with people. Like,
I
I,
haven't, but I think it was on one of my shows where a church was doing something similar. So they probably got the idea from reality. So probably what you're discussing. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I'm more for that.
Why
Like,
not? I mean,
I'd rather,
what are
I'd
bars
rather,
if they're not a place for people to safely collect and drink?
that's true.
Is that not a similar thing? If you're going to do it, you may as well do it here safely ish.
It's like, I'm all for that kind of thing, right? Am I gonna go and shoot up heroin? Absolutely not. Never appealed to me, never this, that, and the other. But some people do. And to your point, that's how they cope with things, that's how they do this, and this. And if they can do it under a regulated and safe environment,
Yeah.
why would do what you gotta
I'd
do,
prefer
my
that.
man?
If it's no money out of our pockets, do you know what I mean? If they're doing this out of their own
Oh, there's gonna
goodwill,
have to be, let's be real. If it's gonna be government
yeah.
regulated, that means it's gonna come out of your pocket.
I know,
Some
but
way, shape, or form.
I don't think it should be government regulated. That's what I'm saying. I think if these people want to set up what I would call like a charity or a safe space, then that's on them.
Like
Let
going to
them.
private business. Like have a little drug den that's
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it that, but like a big building that probably has like a use room or something, but it probably also
well,
has
that's
a
essentially what it
cafeteria and
is.
therapy rooms and therapists on staff and I mean all the things, not just a drug.
But so it would be privatized, is what you're saying.
I mean, I guess I'd think of it as a nonprofit, but are those privatized? I don't know.
I mean, not really. I mean, yes, but no. For but they're not necessarily government regulated. I mean, they
Yeah,
are to an
I
extent.
don't think the government
Nonprofits
should
are,
be
but
involved whatsoever. I think the
so
government needs to focus on the main problems.
well, I get that, but that again, that goes back to the main question: is where's the money? Right. So same thing with your, basic universal healthcare, basic universal income, free education, like all that stuff sounds great on paper, but where's the money going to come from?
Okay, well, I'll tell you where the money's coming from. Think of all of the premiums we pay to these private medical insurance companies and all of the profits they make from that because they don't pay out as much as they take. If all that money was instead going to the government for a universal health care system, I think we could afford it.
You think so?
Definitely. I mean, I don't know what the profits are of these medical insurance companies, but if I was to look into it, I could. I mean, I don't even know if they make those available. They're private. They don't have to share what they earn, do they? But if they did,
No, only publicly traded. Yeah.
yeah, they're making enough.
But,
Trust me.
and I agree with that to an extent, right? I'm all for corporations paying their fair share, or more so, I should say, right? When you have a CEO of Big Pharma that is making 100,000 times my annual salary for this, that, and the other, I honestly think in the case for the common good of the nation, the common good of humanity, those salaries should not be as high so that we could put more money
Oh,
back into
yeah.
that. Like, I agree with that standpoint, right? But what my issue is, like, to your point with the premiums, right? Now that, I am where I am and I see it from the other side, it kind of does make sense too, though, right? Because when you look at things like homeowners insurance, right? My premium keeps going up. I don't know about yours, but mine keeps going up,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
But the reason being is you got places like California, places like Texas with their flooding recently, all this shit that the insurance companies are having to pay out that they haven't had to pay out 100 years ago,
How
50
many of
years
them
ago.
are getting out of paying out on those claims because of little stipulations in their contracts?
Well, that I don't know.
A
I can't
lot.
speak to that.
No, but I've seen people on the news like super upset because they assumed, which again, you shouldn't assume. You should. I've recently read mine and I was shocked at how little they actually cover. You should never assume. But yeah, they're now that all this has happened and they have nothing and they're finding out their claims are getting denied because of God knows what. I don't know, but they'll find a reason.
Well,
Bottom
yeah.
line.
Well, yeah, and I get that because I mean, again, I've seen different policies too, and we're not going to cover everything, right? But
No, and I don't think you should, but there are some basic things in there that are just not covered.
that's
It's
true.
like,
I'll give
why
you
do I
that.
pay this every month when I've got a leak in my basement and you're telling me it's not covered because I have a sump pump? So it's not covered because I'm doing everything in my power to prevent it from leaking? Okay. How does that make sense?
I don't know. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
No. I just think stuff like that, it shouldn't be privatized. I think it should have some oversight and, yeah, they need to answer for things rather than just doing what they want, sitting back, collecting all these premiums and profits and giving them to the shareholders so that they can go, buy another yacht. I don't think that should be privatized. It should, yeah, definitely be regulated, if you ask me.
Well, it's true. Only issue is like with regulation comes red tape, meaning things are going to take longer.
Yeah, but if we had started this process however many years ago, I think we would have found a solution that works pretty well by now. But instead, well, that's another thing. I think we just change hands in the government too frequently. It's like 4 years of this guy trying to reverse what that guy did, and then they elect someone else, and then that guy is trying to reverse what this guy did. So it's no wonder that we're just treading water, getting nowhere. Like, what have we really solved in the past? I mean, let's say 36 years. I'm 36 years old. What have we really solved? What's different? Is anything better? I don't think so. Houses cost more. I make less. You know what I mean? And food's more. Everything's more.
No, I get
Nothing's
that.
better.
I get that. Um,
Yeah, we still have.
I
They're still
agree.
advertising food drives so people can go get free food for the holidays, and it's like, how is that normal? Nobody should have to worry about food on a daily basis, let alone on a holiday. Like, I just don't get it. Where have we really come? What have we really accomplished? Except, I guess, make sure that the country's not blown up. But that should be like, the least of what we should accomplish. You just
I
think there'd be
mean,
something to show for it.
I agree, and to the point where I do think
Oh, sorry.
power.
One thing before we move on. I can marry who I want. That's one thing. That's one positive thing that's changed since I was a kid. I was really actually worried about that as a kid because I was obsessed with romance and love and whatnot. And I was like, I can't marry anyone. Well, I can't marry a guy. I can't marry, who I fall in love with. So that's a positive. But, we're a small group of people. So I'm glad that we've had positive change. But can everybody else say that? I don't know. Anyway,
Well, yeah,
sorry.
when big changes like that definitely come once in a generation, right? Because you have to think besides marriage equality in what 2015. Yeah, I think it was 2015.
Yeah.
The probably biggest milestone thing for movement, I should say, would have been the Civil Rights Act in the 60s. So I mean,
And how long
it,
ago was that?
exactly. So I'm saying like almost what 40,
Yeah.
40 years, give or take 40, 50
So I
years.
guess with that, I guess I should not retract, but rephrase. Back in the day, I guess, yeah, if you look at those things, there was a lot of good things that were implemented government-wise to help people, to assist people, to make things equal across the board. But since then, I feel like we've not accomplished much.
Well, no, and that goes back to the whole your point too is that we do have change of hands and power constantly, right? Like the old adage is if the president is doing shitty and he's a two-time president, 9 times out of 10, when midterms come around, power changes, right?
Yeah,
And I get that. That makes, I mean, I get it. But if we were a little bit more bipartisan, right, and negotiating instead of Democrats only getting what Democrats want, there's no wiggle room, and Republicans only getting what Republicans want, no wiggle room, then of course we're going to have this constant back and forth, right, of undoing and redoing and this, that, and the other, right? But if it just, it blows my mind. And then there was another I feel like they wanted to do another vote on the floor, and I don't of Congress, and I doubt it's going to go where politicians or elected congressmen are unable to trade stocks while in office.
And how has that
Completely
not been? How
illegal
is that
already.
only coming up now? Yeah, exactly. Like that should be obvious.
Right, because obviously they're going to get more information about stuff that the everyday Joe Blow, you and I, out here trying to get on Robinhood and make some fun stock
Oh my god,
trades
I have
that
Robinhood.
we wouldn't have. Right, same. That we don't have access to. So I agree with that. Like, it shouldn't be, and that should be a bipartisan push. But it's not.
No, but you know what my dream is, and I'm not saying this will solve everything, but what I think would work better, we should just drop the parties. No parties. There, none at all. You run. They narrow it down. Do you know what I mean? Based on what you're running for, what your position is, what things you want to solve while you're in power, and then we vote between the final, I don't know, 5, 10, whoever they narrow it down to. But we vote based on what they're saying they're going to do or what they want to do. That
So,
should be the
like,
only thing that matters.
I want to say they do have that. A lot of it's a more local and state. It's more God, what do they call it? Rank choice. So basically, you have your primaries. Your top people from both parties are in the same
See,
thing,
but they still have a party attached.
and
We need to
then, well,
drop
yeah,
that
it's
shit.
true, but well, yeah, I get that,
I just
but
that it makes it more like a team, like like sports, and it makes it more like it's okay to have a favorite and it's okay to hate the other side. And I just no, get rid of the parties.
oh, that I mean that would make sense.
But
But
the
then
reason
how?
they won't do that, sorry, is because it's the parties that are paying for the campaigns.
That's what I was gonna say, and it is very expensive to run for office.
But
You know,
even then, that's like that's a conflict of interest if you ask me. Like I
well,
just
I think yeah, if you run for office, I feel like all of it should be self.
self-funded, or you can raise your own money.
That's what I'm saying, self-funded
Yeah,
or donations. But that goes back to a whole nother Supreme Court thing from the 2000s. I think it was 2000s, might have been the 90s, but like Citizens United, which allowed corporations to donate unlimited money to campaigns. And I'm sorry, but a corporation should have the same limitations like you and I. I think the maximum is like $6,000 we're allowed to donate to a political campaign during a political
really.
cycle. I feel like
Didn't even know
that
there
is.
was a maximum for everyday people like us. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Really
I'm
interesting.
pretty certain that that's a thing. Is
No, it
there?
probably is. You would know, I wouldn't. But that's interesting that we have a max, but businesses and organizations don't.
Yeah, that was the whole thing of Citizens United. That basically they call it dark money. Oh, it's even
It's
less.
all
It's
dark money.
even less. Under current law, an individual may give up to $3,500 per given election, per election to a given candidate.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. I mean, to be fair, that's another thing. I don't know, $3,500 to donate to a campaign. Like, hello? No, I've got a freaking plumbing bill I gotta pay now. So, but it's just
Right.
crazy that there is a max for people like you and me. But if we had a business, then what? We could just donate whatever we wanted.
Or you and me. So there's a max to give in. So we couldn't give directly to the Donald Trump campaign, right? But Donald
Shame.
Trump goes and sets up a what they call a super PAC, a political
I've
action
heard of those.
committee, right? He goes and sets one up. I think he has one called American First. I could be wrong. We can donate unlimited funds to a super PAC. And then that super PAC turns around and gives it to who they want, which
See,
obviously
and this,
affects both sides, right? Because Democrats have
yeah,
theirs, Republicans have theirs, but that's the workaround, right?
the
And that's why
workaround, yeah, the
and that's how you
loophole.
get the Michael Bloomberg's, the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos who want a certain candidate, and
Mm,
well, we can't donate more than 3,500 to Donald Trump or Kamala, but their super PAC can get as much as they want from us.
And so that's what I say. That's why I don't watch the news and I don't follow it, because when I hear all this and I learn all this and I think about all this and soak it all in, I can't help but feel like there's no
There's no
hope.
hope.
It's never going to get better. Like, maybe I might be better off just moving to what quote unquote third world country where the people are probably happier. Oh, great. Now people are going to tell me to move. I'm not moving nowhere. It's my country. But it does help. It makes you feel like there's just no hope, and it's
I know
never
it's
truly going to
unfortunate.
be a good situation, because it's just been, I don't know.
And that's why a lot of people just tend to stay in their silos.
Put their
And
head in the sand. It's too easy. Well, I mean, it's not even easy. It's for my own sanity. I would just go crazy if I thought about this stuff
oh,
all day, every day.
100%. 100%. Because I'll be going down, Twitter and see all these different posts. And I mean, that's a whole other thing with
I
rage
don't go on there no
baiting.
more either.
Or is that what
Because,
they call it? Instead of
rage
clickbait, rage bait. Right.
yeah, they
Is
post
that they
something that I
post
know
the
makes me
shit
mad.
that exactly. Right?
The worst part about that, though, is a lot of it's lies as well, and it's
Right.
like, that's dangerous.
Absolutely.
But
And
you're doing
that's
it, yeah,
And that's
because
where,
they get paid.
I get, yeah, and social media, right? Because you have to think, when we had to watch the local news or read the goddamn Detroit Free Press growing up,
Yeah,
you couldn't really, I mean, there was some rage bait in there, but nothing, excuse
oh,
me,
it went through. But it went through
nothing
so
to
many
the
people before it got
extent,
printed. It wasn't
right?
just as
Nothing to
easy
the
as
extent of what we see now, where you see, neighborhood Karen punching somebody's Hanukkah decorations because she doesn't believe in that or whatever, you know what I mean? Things like
yeah,
that. And again, what does that do? It stokes division. It drives up political donations. It's just it's ridiculous.
yeah.
And it just leads you down another path of like, okay, so what is acceptable to be able to put out there?
Everything
Is
apparently. Nothing's off limits.
because we don't want to censor. That's First Amendment rights. You you know what I mean? So
Isn't
it's a
that in just
very
relation to the
sticky
government, though?
First
First,
Amendment.
yeah, and what freedom of speech, but isn't it just against, like, you can say what you want about the government? It protects you of saying anything you want about them, but
It's pretty much anything to the point where, well, unless
I
you go
thought I
into
heard that
like
people were taking that out of
slander and
context.
libel, and you can't be persecuted by the government for what you say.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's essentially what it is.
I
And
guess.
freedom of speech, freedom of press. So, the Detroit Free Press can't be persecuted by the state of Michigan for writing bad about Governor Whitmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that
I feel like that's where
protects.
it came from, and now people just use it for everything.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with the Second Amendment, right to bear arms. That was because good old King George was going to send over his troops and take all the colonists' arms so they couldn't revolt. Oh, we have a right to bear our own arms, yada, 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 yada. And now, 200 whatever plus years later, I have a right to carry my gun into Walmart because I love guns. And
Yeah.
I have a right to have this gun even though my 16-year-old who has issues because they're on social media all day getting rage bait is going to go in and shoot up their school and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It's
So in
crazy.
other words, it was created at a time where it was necessary, and then now
Right.
it's just being, what's that word?
It's not
When you
that
take
it's
advantage of
not
something.
it's not that it's not necessary now, but it needs to be reevaluated for today's times.
Yeah. There's no immediate threat of King George coming over and taking our guns.
No. And
So,
that's part of the rage bait, right? Like
yeah.
Kamala is gonna take your guns if she gets into power. You know what I mean? And things like that, and it's
But see, that's another why I think it should come down to, I don't care what nobody says about anybody. They should say, this is what I'm standing for. These are the things I want to accomplish. This is my 4-year plan for when I'm in office. Will we do everything on it? No. But this is what we're going to focus on, and this is what we're going to stick to. So if you vote for me, it's only ever going to be about these issues. That way, other people can't say, "Oh no, she's going to take your guns." She may not have it in her, 4-year plan, but that's what she's going to do. But then,
right.
you have it on paper, so that if you do vote for her, and then that person was right, which they won't be, You know, I mean, there's at least something to say. Well, you didn't say that. Like, you were voted for because you said these are the things you were going to do, and now you're actually doing something completely different. Then at least there's some kind of, I don't know, being held
The
accountable.
receipts.
Yeah, but then you can't just, then it'd be easy not to believe all these other people that just make up stories because they want to get paid for clicks or paid for interactions,
Yeah.
which is what's happening. Because it's not
Oh, it
true. Half
is.
of that shit is not true. And to be honest, I hate to admit it, but probably some of the things that come out about the other side aren't true either. They're just
Oh,
there to make us
absolutely
mad.
not. Right.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you
Right.
said that Karen hitting the Hanukkah stuff because she doesn't like Hanukkah or whatever. It's like, yeah, that probably was posted and there's probably a picture of some woman doing it, but it was probably all made up to, you know, that's probably his mother and he's collecting checks from people clicking on the story, even though it wasn't really true.
Oh yeah, it's insane,
It's
insane.
just crazy. It just needs to be slimmed down and more direct. There's just too much going on in that environment.
So what I'm just gonna do now that I got my handy dandy,
Handy dandy. You might maybe think of Blue's Clues, my handy dandy notebook.
my handy dandy notebook. No, now that I got my little handy dandy where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. The the astrology thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever a candidate comes up, all right, what's your birthday? Let me see what kind of person you are.
Let's just see what the stars think about you.
Right. You walk away silently when you feel undervalued. Okay, so you're going to quit the job, so we're not going to vote for you.
You're not here for the long haul then, so that's a no.
Got it. Oh, God.
I mean, we laugh, but there probably are people that that base big life decisions on astrology. Oh, we can't play music on here.
I don't know why that played. I
As
don't know where
excited
that
as
came
I was
from.
to hear that, I just realized
I don't know where
that.
that came from.
No,
Because I wasn't even on any music or anything. I don't... Fucking technology, man. That happened to me in the office. Did I tell you that?
Oh my god, you did, but what was it?
Oh, God. It was some ratchet song.
It was hilarious, whatever it was, and I can't remember what song it was.
Still fly. Gator boots with
That's
the pimped out
it, yeah.
Gucci suits. Yeah.
It could have been worse, though, actually, now that I realize. Yeah,
Oh, my fucking
could have been
God.
worse.
Embarrassing.
That's weird, though, that it just came out of nowhere. Were you on a website or something?
No, it was Instagram, but I was on the
Oh, my
post,
Facebook does that.
the post for the whatchamacallit.
It'll just start playing shit, and even if I close it, it'll keep going. I think, oh no, if I close the app, it'll finally stop. But if I come out of the app, it still keeps going, and I have to
Yeah.
force close it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I've had that happen because my Twitter is a lot of porn, right?
Oh, well, that's all
be
right,
real,
then.
right?
The one good use for that social media platform.
Right, but I'll be on there because I use it obviously for the porn, but I also for like news clips of the day, which is probably not the best thing to do, right? But anyways, where I'm going with this story is I'll be watching the clips in bed of Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that she's a crazy and the Jewish space lasers and what all that shit. And then next thing I know it's, oh yes, daddy. And I'm like, oh God, oh God.
Well, what, you're in bed, so who cares?
Well, I get that, but like Pharaoh's sleeping next to me. And I don't know why,
Oh.
but like sometimes if I'm like going, like it's awkward. Even though
It's
my
weird,
husband.
isn't it? It's like,
Right.
It shouldn't be. But
Right.
no, I get
I mean,
it.
we've watched
It's-
porn together. Don't get me wrong, but like,
But that's like a
in that
mutual decision,
instance, I was like,
yeah.
oh God, oh God, oh God.
He's gonna think I'm sitting here, like, even if he thinks,
Right.
I know,
Right,
yeah, I
like
don't know, I
it's
don't
like
get
there's
it either.
nothing wrong, but just the
Like, we
reaction.
have
like,
no
"Ugh."
secrets,
Right,
Trust
right.
me.
Right.
But for some reason, I think part of it is probably like being raised to be like to feel shame about those things.
Like,
It's
Sorry.
deep in us, isn't it?
Marjorie just gets me going. That's what it was. Went straight from her to, and I was like, here we go.
It's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
See, luckily, a lot of people struggle with that, like on their phones in bed. Luckily, I don't have that problem, which is weird. When I go to bed, my phone is put up on charge, and I just go to sleep.
I usually I'll put mine in sleep mode and then I'll put it on the the what is that thing? Side table. But I usually, unless I can't fall asleep for quite some time, then I usually kind of leave it alone. But that doesn't
Yeah,
help
if I
either. As
can't,
soon as you pick it back up, you're fucking resetting that
yeah.
clock
But
to
see, if
try to
I can't
fall
fall
asleep.
asleep, like it'll have to be a while before I finally give up on trying to sleep. But then I'll get up and go do something. But again, Paul
Oh,
is
too
sleeping,
lazy.
so I don't want to disturb him just because I can't. So I'll go find something else to do.
Not me, because then I have to take my
It's
Darth
not happened
Vader
in a
mask
while.
off, and it's a
Oh,
whole process in itself.
yeah.
So I'd rather just lay there
I didn't think about all that.
and stare at the ceiling.
Yeah. Luckily, I've not had that problem in a while, but it used to be terrible.
Yeah, same. Like last
Yeah.
night, I fell asleep. Well, I wasn't feeling good, but like other than that, I fell asleep like right away. Plus, well, I mean, you know me. I'm usually in my second dream by 9 o'clock. So,
Yeah. That's
like,
good though. I mean, that is a very healthy sleep schedule. Like I make fun of it, but no, it's way better than what we're doing over here. So good on you for prioritizing your sleep.
woo!
That is a
Thank you
good
for
thing.
giving me. Thank you for giving me positive reassurance.
Of
Because
course.
according to Instagram, I look for it, but I'm too weak to ask for it. So,
Well, you've got it, and apparently I just give it away for free.
well,
Well, I don't charge, so I guess I do.
maybe you should start.
Oh God, that would just
Positive
be a huge
affirmations by
hit.
PJ.
Oh my God, you know what though? There probably is like,
Next business venture, I got it.
yeah, there probably is a need for that out there.
You can just write up a morning newsletter that Otto sends out to your followers. You
No,
are a
it's got to be
star today.
personal.
Yeah, it is gonna be personalized and like find and replace the names for each person.
Oh my God.
Dear Nick, today I feel your aura is gonna shine like the brightest star in the universe. Go out and
Oh my
seize the
God.
day.
That
Love,
reminded me
PJ.
though. You know what I wanted to do when I was a kid? I completely forgot about this until you just said that. I really wanted to be an advice columnist.
Knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
Like, what was it, Dear Abby or
Yep.
something? I always wanted my own column where people would write into me and I'd give them advice. Why? That's so weird. But yeah, that I forgot about that.
Yeah. Dear PJ,
Got a ring
today
to
I'm
it.
feeling blue.
Well, exactly. They're always like stupid, obvious answer questions anyway, aren't they? Like, my husband doesn't listen to me when I talk. What should I do? Divorce him?
Next.
Oh, you could sit there and try many years to fix that problem, or you could just find someone that already listens to you.
God, maybe we should call it tough love, PJ.
No, I'm just the obvious answer, PJ. Like, quit beating around the bush with all these suggestions and ideas when you could just save time. Just, yeah, moving on.
That's what it is. There we go.
There
So
we go. There's my first piece of advice, guys.
I'll start getting it up. We can get a segment on here once a month.
Oh, I would love that. Oh my God, that'd be so much fun.
I'll like turn off my camera and it'll just be you and your
No,
little
because you can give advice too, or you
PJ's
can tell them why
corner.
my advice is wrong.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
tell you why what PJ just said doesn't work.
Oh God, I can't. All right, friend. Well,
Oh
it's
wait,
been
I never
real.
told you my
Oh, what?
news before we go. This is
Okay.
probably, yeah, the last podcast where I'm gonna have all my hair.
Shut the
I
front door.
Yeah, I think, well, there's salons nearby that I guess work with wigs for kids. And
Is that what it's called?
yeah, and you can, I think I'm gonna make an appointment, go in, they'll put it in a ponytail or whatever, chop it off, and they'll fill out the form and donate it for me.
I heard. I heard of. Wow, what's the other one that's called?
Oh yeah, I've not heard good things about that one, I think. What was it called?
Locks
Of Love.
love, or
Yeah.
something like that.
That was the first one I thought of, and I can't remember what it was, but I heard not so good things, and then I came across Wigs for Kids, and I thought, oh, okay. They seem like the real deal. I've always wanted to do it back when I was younger, but then every time I tried to grow my hair out, I didn't have the patience. I'd end up cutting it all off. And then now that I've actually had the patience to grow it out, completely forgot that I wanted to donate it. So
I
I
don't
saw.
think my hair, even when I had hair,
Yeah.
I don't think it would ever grow that long. Even if I
Oh,
had patience, I don't think it would.
I don't know. Well, they do say some people's will get to a certain point, and like with
Yes.
shedding, it'll never get further than that. And I thought that was mine for a while, but obviously I was wrong.
How short you plan on going?
Well, I think they'll put it in a ponytail, and they'll
Because I
take.
think they have to do a minimum, I'm sure.
Yeah, the minimum is 12 inches. They suggest 14. They prefer 14. And I
I
had
mean, who
Paul measure
doesn't?
it from the ponytail, and I've got 15 inches at the minute.
Even better over.
So I think I'm gonna let them just take the whole ponytail, and then I might just leave it like that so that it gets long quicker, so that I can do it again.
It's a tax deductible.
How much is this hair worth as a write-off? Oh my god, that could help me out if it was worth something. I need to make this hair famous and then delete it.
Well, we already got that going with your advice
Come on, guys.
corner.
Increase the value so I can get a good write-off for 2025.
I can't. Well, it's exciting.
It is. I mean, I'm a little apprehensive because I know I'll miss it when it's gone.
But it comes back.
It does, and it's for a good cause, and it is gotten to the point where it's too long to manage. I mean, it isn't too long to manage, but it takes more time to manage than
Oh,
I like.
well, yeah.
So I was going to cut it a little bit anyway, remember? And then I saw one of my friends, he donated his, and he does that regularly, and I thought, oh my god, I completely forgot about that option. Let me just donate it all and then start again.
Well, you know I'm here for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know Paul's here
is
for
as
it.
well. Yeah, everybody is like, do it. But no, I think I'm going to. I've been sitting on the idea of cutting it for a while, so at least this way it's for a
Goes to good
reason.
use.
Yeah, not just in the trash. Well, because it can't be color treated or dyed or permed or anything like that. And I've been very strict about not doing any of those things with my hair. So it was like, oh, okay, that's perfect.
Can we... I would love to see you in a perm.
I thought where you were going, and I thought it was a good idea until you said that. Could we record it? And I don't know.
You would have to do that at the salon.
Yeah, and then
I'm sure they
share
wouldn't
the
mind. Just have to
experience.
talk to them.
What if I start crying?
I'd call you a bitch.
It's just hair. It's just hair.
I'd be like, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I know. And how much time does that save you, though?
Not having hair?
Not having hair.
Phenomenal.
It's great,
Except
isn't
for
it?
when this gets too long and I gotta get it down. But
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
it's
That's
not
like
that
10
often.
minutes.
See, and it probably it takes me more than 10 minutes to wash the hair alone.
Ugh.
Yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, yeah. So
It's gonna be great.
bye, locks. You're gonna be made into a wig for some lovely little child out there.
And they're gonna love it.
Or they're gonna cut it and make it into brushes and make a profit, and they're just lying about this wigs for kids thing.
Fuck them kids.
Let's hope that's not the case.
Well, was hilarious. Kind of goes with it, but not really. My mom used to donate our Newfoundland's fur that she would brush to
Yeah.
this lady because Newfoundlands are natural water dogs, so the oils in their hair lets the water like slick off of it, right?
Okay.
She would donate our Newfoundland's hair to this lady, and this lady would wash it and turn it into socks.
Really? Mm-hmm. I think
Not
that's
for
kind of
us.
cool.
I
No,
never
but
wore
I still.
our dog socks.
But I think that's kind of cool.
There's a niche for something, for someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine they've got to be pretty warm and soft. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in that now.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, but it's cool that there's people out there taking, what normally would be just thrown out and making something useful out of it. Mm-hmm. Even if it does sound a little bizarre.
These are my Fido socks. Oh, they have
you don't
dog
have to name
pictures on
them.
them? No, that's not their the story. They're made from my dog. Can you imagine that being a comic?
Or a dog. I mean, socks are made from cotton. The cotton grows from trees, so it's not much different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like, you got a
guess.
tree making the fabric.
Unless
or
it's a
you
wool
got-
sock. Isn't wool from sheep's?
Oh, yeah, see? So if that's not weird, why would a dog hair sock be weird? Saying it that
know,
way
it's
makes
just
it weird,
weird.
but you know what I mean? No, I don't know. I think if she's doing it regularly, then they must
I
work
mean, this
out.
was years ago. I would assume.
Yeah, but I mean, it must not be itchy, or she wouldn't do it.
Ew, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I just kind of thought it was like itchy sweaters. Ooh,
Little
if it's like
fleas.
that, I wouldn't wear them. Oh, fleas! You tell me she doesn't treat the fur before she.
Oh, I would hope so. I mean, come on now. That'd be crazy.
God.
Oh, God. All right.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I just want to get that out before.
No,
Because
I completely forgot too because
for its
we
glory.
went all over the spectrum today. So
Yeah, it was fun though. Enjoyed the conversation.
but yeah, it's been real and it's been fun, my friend. Are you doing anything for the rest of the day?
Today we actually are going to paint the bedroom.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that
Go
because
with
it's the
God.
only room in the house we've not touched since we moved into it.
Because
And
last
once
time
it's
we
done-
painted, we almost got divorced. So
Really? Why? I mean, I get it. Painting sucks. It really
hold
does,
on.
and it.
You know me, okay? How much help do you think I was in the painting project of our rooms when we bought this house?
Well, I mean, you probably assisted with pouring the paint into the tray, maybe rinsing the brushes when he was done.
I think I did help on the first coat, and that was it.
Yeah. See, I will try to help, even though I hate it. And then Paul will come over and see what I've done, and he's like, he won't say it, but you can tell it's trash. Like it's not good. It's gonna need another coat because I'm just not good at it. But I don't mind, if it needs a few coats. Who cares? Where his aim is to get it in one coat if he can, so he likes to do it properly.
I'm gonna. That is not my forte.
No, painting is not mine
yeah.
either.
Have fun. It's gonna be great. Think of it as bonding time.
Oh, we've done it that many times that we know how to work through it. Like, I mean, he's not a problem. It's me. I just suck.
Hey, at least you have the self-awareness.
Yeah, at least I know.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that it's not like a sensitive topic. You can say like that looks like trash. And I'll say yes, it does. Do you want to go back over it for me?
See, whereas me, I'd be like, if it was something that, if there was that scenario, I'd be like, just fucking go sit down. I'll do it myself. That's me.
Like
I don't like to see people struggle.
Oh well, yeah, exactly. Oh,
Go
but see,
sit
then
down. I'll do it myself.
You'd be nice about it though. You'd be like, why don't I take that over and you go make us a nice cup of coffee?
Sounds great. Well, that's good. I have football.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing?
But no Lions. Lions played on Thursday. So
Oh, okay.
other
Damn it, I
teams.
missed it.
We won. I'm
Oh, of course we
So,
did because I
don't
missed
worry.
it.
and then that's really about it because I ain't got nothing else going on.
Yeah, we don't
Which
have
is
to do
great.
anything. That's the beauty of the weekend.
I know. All right, friend. I will talk to you
Alrighty.
later. Have fun.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Paint my face on your bedroom wall above your guys' bed with little.
We will.
cherry
We are
wings.
putting a mural in, but it's like pre-printed, so we probably won't be able to paint your face.
Okay. All right. Well,
I could
how
put a little
about
picture of you
you can
somewhere in
do
the
a
corner.
mural of our background behind you?
That would be cool, actually. If one day I have the room to dedicate like a whole room to the podcast, that would be kind of a cool mural.
But I think you should float the idea of me standing like this with wings above your bed to Paul and see how it
Can
goes.
you imagine me waking up though? I would scare the shit out of me at first.
I'm watching over you, my child.
Well, I wouldn't even know it was you at first because it'd be dark. That would scare the shit out of me. No,
Oh, God.
no
All right.
faces on the walls.
I'll talk to you.
All right, speak to you later.
Bye.